At the confluence of the three rivers, the Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela, we are here at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Play action now, Prescott.
That is caught by Lamb. He's to the 15.
Touchdown, Cowboys! CeeDee Lamb, his second touchdown on the season.
And the Cowboys will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
Well, one word for that opening play call, and that is aggressive, but it worked. First play from scrimmage, long touchdown pass.
Well, let's be honest about it. In our production meeting last night, we talked about when would the secondary get tested. I did not say that it'd get tested on play number one. I knew as the game went along, they would take their shots, but that, as you said, a bold strike and very successful right out of the gate.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now it's Fields. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Defense gives up a touchdown on the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start.
Here we go. Nelson. Right.
A first carry for Najee Harris.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Well, the Steelers had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. Now, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So, you know, they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
Harris going to get it again on second down.
And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
You look at this Cowboy defense.
They enter play ranked 8th against the run in the NFL.
I still crack up a little bit after we left our meeting with the defensive coordinator, because I said to you, stop me if you've heard this before. How about him saying, well, first order of business, we got to stop the run. Of course you do. He's got a good unit, but facing the #1 rushing team, they have to stop that in order to have a good performance.
It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Here we go. Extend. EQ. Is that all right?
Now a first down carry for Harris.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here we go. Tonight.
Now Fields. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Here we go, son. Tonight.
Fields now to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away.
And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott.
A short one there, taken in by Ferguson.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hey, 47. Here we go, 46. 46.
Prescott from the gun.
Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert.
They find some open field here.
Down the left sideline.
Touchdown, Cowboys.
Jalen Tolbert.
66 yards.
And the Cowboys have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down.
Hey, can. Tonight.
Here's Fields.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Micah Parsons
able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Tonight.
From the gun, here's Fields. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Here we go, Tonight. Tonight.
Back to throw. Fields. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And that will set him up in excellent shape. First and goal at the 9-yard line. A little careless with a football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember traffic, turbulence, people around you, two hands. Get two hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
Prescott now after the fumble recovery. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Another shot from the 9 on second and goal.
Yeah, here we go. Wait, check. Here we go, 47.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. His throw incomplete.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that third, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal.
Yeah! Here we go! Right, check. Then we'll go to 53. Here we go, kill! Here we go, 47. Hey, kill! 47. What do you think?
Prescott to throw it. He'll get this to his running back, Dowdle. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys take a 3-touchdown lead. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And that makes the score 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Here we go. All right.
Fields. Setting up the screen, Harris. Bulldozes past him. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 21-0 our score after one. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, son. You got a mini basic. Why not? West right zip. Tonight.
Here's Fields. Finding Harris on back-to-back plays. And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
11. Tonight.
Now a give, running left is Harris. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Here we go.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
Tonight.
Now it's Fields off the bootleg. Rolling to his right. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Pat Freiermuth. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers get a bit closer. Extra point put through by Boswell. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Through the middle of the field. Touchdown, Cowboys. C.D. Lamb. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So the numbers are starting to pile up here early on. We have yet to reach halftime, yet that is already now 4 touchdown passes. Aubrey now for the point after. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace.
Here we go, son.
Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
To throw is Fields. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
They're just going to run a drive route here with their tight end. Let him get upfield about 10 yards and then move toward the middle of the field. This ball's right on target, and it results in a first down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
2nd and 10.
Here we go. Hey, can. All right.
A shotgun snap, Fields. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Well, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Hey, 47. 26.
Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Ferguson. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Jake Ferguson.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Cowboys are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Aubrey now for the PAT.
It's up and good, and they're in control now, 35-7.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And, partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Yeah!
Now Dak, he's going to mix it up.
26! Ready, 26! 26!
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Nice chunky yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 6.
Yeah!
Lamb will go in motion. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, going to 54. 186.
They run again with Dowdle.
6 yards in the wrong direction that time. Not only that, but it brings up 4th.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance.
Well, I don't know if you ever go into a game expecting to attempt a kick of 62 yards. Charles, not only attempt it, but make it one of the longest kicks that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure you ever go into a game expecting to kick one of this distance, but all the better kickers, they do dream of it. And they show what they can do in practice and convince their coaches to give them a chance. That one surely paid off.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Here we go.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Now 2nd and 9.
Here we go, son. Sit high.
Looking to throw. Fields. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Alpha, let's go. Sit high.
From the gun on 3rd down. Fields.
He's got his target. That's complete. Down the right sideline. And he's going to be taken out of bounds, but not before he gets this all the way down to the 10.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Here we go. Mayday, mayday, mayday.
Back to throw. Fields. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Cowboys are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And the defense loses him. It's complete. A big play here for Dallas. 68 yards.
I'll tell you what, this is not going to be a fun discussion at halftime for this defense. They've been absolutely taken advantage of in the first half. And here's another play for big, big yardage.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
They run here with Dowdle.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They go to Elliott again. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
46.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Hey, can't. Tonight.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. Out to the right here to Wilson. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Here comes 3rd down and 7.
Justin.
Out of the gun, Fields. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Hey, Ken. 175.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
So the completion good for just 3. And it's second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
You got a mini basic. Why not? Extend. Right.
Throwing again is Fields. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Go.
Now Fields.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Aubrey now for the point after.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us.
Here we go.
No way we need to take that one.
Fields now to throw. A short one there to Freiermuth.
Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On third down, here's Harris. And fights through one man. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Yeah, here we go. What do you think? What do you think?
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved.
On the run, it's Dowdle.
17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Well, Prescott is going to change things up here.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
I think Cameron Hayward's ability to take on blocks, hold the point of attack, and get upfield serves him very, very well. What a nice play there.
Yeah, he can take on blocks because he's built like a block. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. But that is not the case. And
oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception.
Andrew Booth picks it off.
And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15.
13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
In motion, that's Tolbert. A running play, it's Dowdle.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. The tackle made by Landon Roberts.
They work now on 2nd and 9. And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
They'll turn things over to Brandon Aubrey now for the field goal.
From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Buying time to his left. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
Go.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And Harris is not going to get there. Great work defensively to stop him short.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
I'm just wondering, do they want to add on to this gigantic lead? My guess, given how they like to play and how explosive this offense is, Charles, that they're not content being up by this margin. They probably want more.
And if they do go and get more, oh, look out. At that point, let's just aim the camera for the post-game handshake, because that one might be a little bit on the tense side, the way that this one is turning out.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. T.J. Watt, always a disruptor, there to blow that play up. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
54 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps, because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
I like the call there, because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
On second down, they'll try and run the counter. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want